Hi, Michaela Harris here. I want to take just a couple minutes today to show you what you could be doing to get more clients online without having to use services such as Angie's List, Home Advisor, things like that. I want to show you how to bring in your own customers without having to use those third-party sites. Not to say that they're a bad thing. They certainly have their place. But my goal is to show you how to grow your business. So first things first, when I looked up your company, I saw you do have yourself listed on several places like Angie's List and Home Advisor. My number one recommendation to all businesses is two things: to get a Google business profile and a website. This is what's going to allow you to rank on Google, and I'll show you why that's important. So really quick, I'll just kind of go over how to do that. When you have your Google account, you go to your apps and you go to your business profile. That's where you can set up your entire profile. You want to make sure you fill it out completely. You add several photos with keywords behind them, which I'll explain in a moment. And you want to make sure that you get plenty of citations. That's just places where your company's name, address, and phone number are listed. There are a few other things that you can do, but those are the main ones. The next thing would be to get a website. A website is super important. It's what's going to allow you to rank in the organic section of Google. This is what's going to keep you from having to use those services like Angie's List. So basically, if a potential customer comes in here and is looking for a handyman in Chattanooga, when they scroll down, they're going to see the top 3 in maps. That's where that business profile comes in and why you want to be in those top 3. They're going to see you here, and then they're also going to see everything down here, which is the organic section. 9 out of 10 people are never going to make it to page 2, and most people are never going to click more businesses. You want to be in the number 1 spot on this first page, because once you start getting down here, even though you are still generating some traffic, it's going to be exponentially lower. You get to page 2 and you're going to get next to nothing. So being as high up on this first page as you can is extremely important. And the reason and why I'm going to show you that that's important is if we pull up your top competitor, which was this one right here, Handyman Services in Chattanooga, MrHandyman.com. We put him in this nice little tool called Ahrefs, and it shows us that he is getting 301 visits to his site every month. So that's 301 potential clients, potential customers that you could be reaching if you were in that number 1 position and in that map section. You want to be in both places because a lot of customers will never, won't look in both. So you want to be able to reach as many people as possible. And in this case, for that one search term, Handyman Chattanooga TN, that's a keyword. For that keyword that people are searching, there's 301 people clicking on his website. There's 301 potential clients interacting with his website. That's 301 that if you closed half, you'd get 150 potential customers that could bring in revenue for you. This is why this is important. This is why it's important to have a website, why it's important to have a Google business profile, why you want to be out there in front of your customers. If you were there on that first page right here, if you notice, they're going to see this, they're going to click you, because they're going to go straight to a website, straight to a trustworthy company, versus having to go through Yelp or Angie's or any of these third-party sites and then have to scroll through more companies. You're going to be so much easier to find if you're just right here, where I can click on you right away. If I have to go here, I'm going to have to search. I'm going to have to click on Angie's List, scroll through, and then that's yet another obstacle customers have to go through to find you. You want this to be as easy as possible. The easier you are to find, the more likely you are to get hired. So again, I just want to reiterate, 300 searches or 300 people interacting with this person's website. If you were in his spot, it would be your website they were interacting with. So this is what I'm talking about. What it's going to take to grow your business is start with that Google business profile. Start with getting a website up. Google algorithms like to see 1,500 words of good relevant content, and every 150 words get a good keyword on there. This is super important. What I want you to see, though, is that it's not impossible to beat your competition and get to this spot. So if you look, their trustworthy rating is actually pretty low. So this UR and DR is calculated by their backlinks, and this is out of 100. So they have a lot of room for growth here, which means they could have some spammy backlinks that are bringing them down. And then also, if you look at their homepage, there is a lot going on. Okay. If you look at their homepage, there's not 1,500 words of content on here, which means that you adding more content and strategically putting in these good keywords is going to help. And also making sure any images that you have on your website, when you hit save as, they save as keywords. Now if you look here, this is not a keyword. A keyword, well, here you go, handyman services in Chattanooga. That's a keyword, but it's not one of the higher volume ones. So what you're going to aim for is keywords that have a high volume and a low KD. And I'll show you that really fast. If you go to your competitors, you can look at theirs. Handyman Chattanooga, really high volume, pretty low KD, which means you're going to get a lot of searches and it's not going to be hard to rank for it. So all in all, I really hope this was just at least a lot of good information for you. I hope it added value to your company. If you're ready to act on this and you're ready to pursue getting up to that first page and getting a website built and all these things, and you're ready to grow your business, please don't hesitate to reach out. We can get a custom plan created exactly for what you need. Ultimately, that's my goal, is to help businesses grow. So if you're not ready and you still have questions or concerns, anything like that, please don't hesitate to reach out. I'd love to answer any questions that you have. Thank you so much for taking the time to watch.